What's up, guys? Marcus from Rare Candy, and today we're going over another new deck that you can make from the new set, Fates Collide. This one is like a Bronzong toolbox metal type thing or whatever. Pretty much. Here's all of our Pokemon. Genesect EX, his attack is Rapid Blaster. Discard as many. It does 100 plus discard as many metal energy attached to this Pokemon as you like. This does 20 more damage for each energy discarded in this way. So you can load him up with a ton of metal and then swing for big numbers. If you have 4 on him, then you're doing 180 damage if you discard all 4. So that's pretty good. And then his ability Drive Change is also kind of useful. Once during your turn, before you attack, you may put a Pokemon tool card attached to this Pokemon into your hand. So you can basically kind of decide what kind of tool you want to have on him. So in this deck we run like Fury Belts and Muscle Bands, or so you can alternate between the two if you'd like. You can throw Floatstone on there and then pick it up and then swap it out for something else. So it's just got a lot of good versatility with things and whatnot. So yeah, he's in there just to hit for big numbers and whatnot. And then we also have Aegislash EX. This one, I'm sure you guys have all seen. Mighty Shield, prevents any Pokemon with special energy attached to them. Prevents all damage done to them from that Pokemon. And then Slash Blast, 40 plus 20 more for each metal energy attached. Just good to have in any Bronzong deck really. Whenever you're playing, metal energy, whatnot. He can stop, Pokemon that have fighting energy, flash energy, all double colorless, all kinds of different stuff. So it's good against like Night March. It's good against pretty much a lot of stuff. So that's why he's in there. We also have Lugia. Lugia's attack is Intensifying Burn. It's 3 colorless, 60 plus if your opponent's active Pokemon is a Pokemon EX, it does 60 more. And then its ability is Pressure. As long as this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, any damage done by attacks from your opponent's active Pokemon is reduced by 20. So, in the battle video, you'll see I'm playing against a Zygarde EX deck. And all the attackers are fighting. So he's got the fighting resistance and pressure and the fighting Fury Belt. Just kind of makes things difficult for, fighting type Pokemon. He's a good non-EX attacker, attacks for colorless, so just seemed like a good addition. And then we are also running a 1/1 Zoroark line. Zoroark's good in this deck because you can stand in. If you have a Floatstone attached, then you can retreat and whatnot. So if you have, your Pokemon in the active and then you want to load them up with some more metal energy with Metal Links, then you can stand in and you can put energy on that Pokemon, retreat back into that Pokemon to attack and whatnot. And so, yeah, and then, he's also a good attacker too. Mind Jack does 30 times the number of bench Pokemon, or 10 plus 30 more for each bench Pokemon on your opponent's bench. So he's just a good attacker. He's just, an all-around good Pokemon. So right now I have a 1/1 line of him in here. If you, have like a meta, that's heavy Trevenant, you can maybe up it to 2/2 so you can attack for weakness or something like that. But right now I think the 1/1 line works just fine. And then we're also playing 3 Bronzor and 3 Bronzong. It's a metal deck, so Bronzong's definitely good. Chain the metal, or Metal Links, puts 1 metal energy from your discard pile onto one of your bench Pokemon, similar to Dynamotor back in the day. But anyway, so yeah, that's how you get all of your Pokemon powered up and everything. And then we're also in this deck running 1 Bronzong BREAK. This card's kind of neat. His attack, I'll read it to you. It says, it's a metal and a colorless. It's called Metal Rain. Discard as many metal energy attached to this Pokemon as you like. For each energy discarded in this way, choose one of your opponent's Pokemon and do 30 damage to it. Don't apply weakness and resistance. You may choose the same Pokemon more than once. So, yeah. So, I mean, it's a neat little tech thing. It's another non-EX attack, which is good to help you get through things like Carbink or whatever. You can also use it to like snipe off Night Marchers and stuff like that. So yeah, it just seemed like a neat little addition. I guess you don't really have to play it, but it is kind of neat to have in the deck. Then to end the Pokemon, we play 2 Shaymin. 2 seems fine. I don't think you need more than 2 because we don't run Skyfield in this deck, so 2 seems good for what bench space you'd have, consistency and whatnot. For setup, draw until you have 6 in your hand. So yeah, put that there. Then getting into supporters, we play 4 Sycamore. 4 is definitely good. This way you can keep playing it and whatnot. We're not running off of like a total 4 Battle Compressor type engine thing like Night March decks do. So I like 4 in here. It's good consistency and whatnot. Best draw supporter in the game right now. So definitely I think 4 is good. Now we play 2N as well. 2N seems fine. I don't really think you need like 3 or 4 or anything like that. So 2 is good. Then we also play a Pokemon Fan Club. Search your deck for 2 basic Pokemon, put them into your hand. I really like Fan Club in these Bronzong type decks or whatever, so you can pull out your Bronzors in the beginning of the game and maybe even other Pokemon like Zoroark, because you have to evolve the next turn, so it's good to get them all into your bench as quickly as possible. So I do like the 1 Fan Club being in here. We also play 2 Lysandre. Self-explanatory, pull a Pokemon from their bench, put it active. I think 2 is a good number. I don't think, I guess you could go down to 1 if you really wanted to fit something else in, but I think 2 is definitely good in this deck. Then we also play 1 AZ to round off our supporter cards. AZ is good in like Bronzong type decks because you can like pick up your active Pokemon and then just chain the metal back onto it, so you can stop knockouts from happening. It's essentially you just heal yourself and then put the energy back on with the Bronzongs. So that, and then if you don't have your Zoroark line and then they try to Lysandre stall like a Shaymin or a Bronzong or something like that, you can just pick it up and take it out of the active spot. So AZ seems like a good card in this deck. Now getting into our items, we play 4 Versus Seeker. This is to get back all of these supporter cards. That way you can get back your Sycamores for later on. Pokemon Fan Club, since you only run 1. And then we also run 2 Battle Compressor with that. So Battle Compressor has good synergy with this deck because you can throw metal into the discard pile, you can throw supporters in and then grab them out with the Versus Seeker. So if you're trying to hit the turn 1 Fan Club and you've got a Versus Seeker, you can Battle Compressor, throw the Fan Club away, and then bring it back into your hand. But yeah, definitely play 2 Battle Compressor for sure because it's a metal deck with Bronzong. You can throw metal in there and then bring it back. Then we're also playing 4 Ultra Ball and 2 Level Ball. I like this count. I don't think you need more than 2 Level Ball, but I wouldn't go less than 2 either. Just that way you can get, ensure you get your Bronzors out and whatnot early on in the game, so you can get those set up, and you can grab Zoro with it as well, and Bronzong, so that's a good card. 4 Ultra Ball is good for sure too. You can discard metal with it to, power up your Pokemon later on with Metal Links and stuff like that. It also thins down your hand size so that you can set up for more energy, or set up more cards into your hand with Shaymin's ability. Then we also play 4 Trainer's Mail. I like 4. I don't know if I'd go down to 3. You maybe could, but I like the consistency of all 4 being in here. Grab all your supporters, your trainer cards, everything like that. Then moving on to tools, we play 2 Fighting Fury Belt, 1 Muscle Band, and 2 Floatstone. I like the 2 Fighting Fury Belt in here for sure. We have a lot of basic Pokemon that we can ramp up their HP with, like Lugia, to make it harder to knock him out, especially since he already has the ability Pressure, making their attacks do less damage to him. It's good with Genesect as well. Gives him 220 HP. It's just Fighting Fury Belt's just a good card. Muscle Band, I like the 1 in here just in case you do need to hit the extra 10 damage or something like that. Also, you can put it onto Zoroark if you need to hit for more with that, because you can't really Fury Belt a Zoroark or anything evolved. And then the 2 Floatstones seem good too. You can throw one on Zoroark, you can throw one on like a Bronzong. If your Zoroarks are prized, then 2 is good, so you can have a couple of them with the floatstone on there. Just give everything free retreat, so that way you can get stalled out or anything like that. Then we also play 1 Sacred Ash. I like Sacred Ash in here better than Super Rod, just because you want to be using Metal Links, not shuffling your energy back into your deck. And then you also run like so many different like Pokemon and stuff, so you can just throw them back in if one gets knocked out. So if I want to reuse Lugia or my Zoroark or something like that, you can just put them back in there. And then we also play, for our last item card, Target Whistle. This one's good because you can throw a Pokemon back onto their bench and then hit for more damage with Zoroark. You can bring up a Joltik and then knock it out with the Bronzong BREAK and its attack Metal Rain. So I like this card a lot. It's kind of techy, but I mean, like I said, you can just keep bringing up more things that you can just knock out. Maybe take cheap prizes or something like that, or boost Zoroark's damage output and whatnot. And then for stadiums, we play 2 Reverse Valley. I think 2 is fine. Basically what this does is, if you have it facing this way, like towards you, your metal type Pokemon will take 10 less damage, and then if you have it facing the regular way, I guess, then Zoroark could do 10 more. You really mostly use it for to reduce damage done to your metal Pokemon though. But yeah, since it is a metal deck, this card does have good synergy with it. So yeah, I think 2 is fine. I don't think I'd go to more than 2. Yeah, I think 2 is a good number for this stadium here. You could maybe go up to like a 3rd one if you're worried about getting your stadium bumped a lot, but I don't think it's a huge deal. I think 2 is fine. And then for energy, we play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 metal, and then 3 double colorless energy. I like the number 7 for the metal and whatnot. I think that's fine. I never really had like a time where I was, really struggling for energy or anything like that. So I think that the 7 metal energy are fine, and then the 3 double colorless seem good too. You run Zoroark, Lugia, and Shaymin, who all attack for colorless energy and stuff like that. You can throw one on Aegislash too if you need to, if you don't really need to hit for like a huge number and you just need to get an attack off for that turn. But yeah, I think 3 is good. I don't really think you need 4. I like to save that extra space for another metal energy, since most of your attackers are metal. But yeah, guys, that's this deck. We played it in our battle video, so make sure you check that out. Definitely a fun one for sure. I really like anything with Bronzong in it. I've always kind of liked that mechanic, back with Electric and Dynamotor, and then now it's back again with Bronzong. So it seems like a cool deck to me. If you guys would make any changes, be sure to let us know in the comments. You can tell us what you liked about it or what you didn't like about it, what you think you might change in it and put in yourself. Be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one.